Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So currently in the stable version of Microsoft Edge, which is sitting on version 125, soon to be upgraded next week to version 126, we get our screenshot tool, which can be pinned to the toolbar or can also be accessed from the main menu. Now currently the screenshot tool, as the name implies, lets you capture an area with some basic functionality like copy, save, markup, capture, visual search, and so on. So it's a handy tool, but quite basic in its functionality. And as an example, if I take a screenshot with the browser minimized, I can only capture what's pertaining to the browser. So if I want to try and capture part of my desktop and the browser, I can't. You can see if I move my mouse off the browser, I can't do anything. I can only capture an area in the browser. Now this could all be set to change. Because if we head over to Edge Canary 128, which is the latest preview version, Microsoft is kind of improving and reworking the screenshot tool. And what it'll basically let you do at the end of the day, it'll let you capture anything on your display, not just in the current browser window as I displayed over in the stable version. And it's got a couple of other improvements. Now, this is not a default feature and has to be enabled using a command line flag. But before I show you how to do that, if we head to our screenshot tool in Edge Canary, we can see a couple of differences already. Here at the bottom, we can customize the actual shortcut. If you want to use your keyboard, the default is Control-Shift-and-S, and you can customize that as well. And you can see now, if I capture part of my screen, it's got a couple of extra shapes and options. So I can add a square, circle, arrow. I can draw. I can enter a mosaic. I can enter text. I can save that to my local drive, X out, and there we go. We're done. And that will take the screenshot. Now the big one here, as mentioned, if we just minimize this and we head to our screenshot tool, you'll see now that, unlike in the stable version, I can actually capture part of my desktop and the browser and what's actually in the actual current browser frame, which I think is a nice move. So, as mentioned in stable, you can't do this. In Edge Canary 128, you can. So, obviously, this is something Microsoft is working on. So, over and above these extra options, we get the ability now to basically capture anything that's on your display, not just in the browser, which I think is a nice move. Now, as mentioned, this is not a default feature and it's still early days, and it can be enabled using a command line flag. So if you are testing features out in Edge Canary, then what you need to do is use this command line flag, and that's quite a mouthful, so I'll leave that in the description for you to copy and paste for easy reference. And if you are unaware, and if you have been viewing this channel for quite some time, you will know how to do this. But if you're unaware, to enable a command line flag, you head to your browser shortcut, any browser shortcut pertaining to Edge Canary. So that could be on your desktop, your start menu, or in my case, my taskbar. You right click on that shortcut, you head to properties, and here in the target, you can see we get, by default, we'll get .exe quotations. Now, if there's anything to the right-hand side of that, delete it. And after .exe quotations, you must leave a space, and then I've already done it, but you must then you enter this command line flag as mentioned. So it's .exe quotations, leave a space, enter that command line flag. You click on apply, you click on OK. And something else you can try, just on a side note, is if we head into our settings, if the command line flag isn't working, if we head to System and Performance, toggle off Startup Boost, which I always do by default anyway. Turn Startup Boost off, and then you would X out of your browser, relaunch the browser, and then, as mentioned, if you come to your screenshot tool, you will then have this new functionality that also lets you capture anything on your screen, as mentioned, which I think is a nice move. And with these command line flags, sometimes they can be a little bit iffy and a little bit not that stable. So if it's not working at the first attempt, just make sure Startup Boost is off. And then sometimes opening and closing the browser a couple of times can work as well if it's not applying the change, or even restarting your computer sometimes can also help speed up and apply that change. So there we have it, guys. Just wanted to bring that to your attention, that Microsoft is working on a improved screenshot tool in Edge Canary 128. And obviously, if I get any more info and I see this making its way to stable, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.